How excited are you to be back in the playoffs and get the opportunity to help this team?
Yeah, it is exciting. It's you feel the kind of new seasons coming up, and guys or all guys are excited, and so it's going to be fun.
Couldn't help but notice yesterday in practice you were kind of having some fun there with the water bottle and kick saves. I mean, are you just kind of having fun with this whole thing right now?
Well, I try to enjoy the atmosphere too. So we know that there will be pressure, there will be the intensity in the games. So and we're ready for that. So we just use our time to prepare ourselves and to embrace that.
Sergei, you said after the playoffs last year that it was an experience, a learning experience for you. Some experiences are difficult, and you learn from those as well. What did you learn from that, and what do you apply to this?
Well, it's I don't like to talk about those things. You know, I think it's the personal development, and as you said, you learn some things, and it's every game is different. You know, and every year is different. You learn, you develop yourself, and it is going to be a good test. So we'll see.
What do you think Artemi's added to your team in terms of an offensive, game-breaking type of player?
Yeah, he has a great skill. So everybody knows that he's creative, he's smart, he sees the ice very well. So and he's makes the guys around him better.
Sergei, do you see the guys that went through this for a first time last year being a little bit more loose and a little bit more confident and maybe in some ways maybe a little bit more ready this year?
Yeah, I think so. We got, as I said, that we have the same names maybe, but the guys are different. Definitely, they more experienced, they more pro, and they know better themselves, and they better players for sure.
Bob, I know your job doesn't change. You got to stop pucks, but the PK, what do you guys need to do a little bit better than you did coming down the stretch?
We just it's all about momentums, you know. You just have to be ready to battle in those moments, you know. Step up and be a little bit quicker, a little bit smarter than the opposition team.
Is that physically quicker or mentally understanding
I
your
think
reads and
mentally, so it goes all from mental. It starts from mental, and then it goes through your body.
In terms of playing a really close friend in Orlov, does that add something to this series? Or he talked yesterday about you guys won't speak until after. Is that different, or is that? I mean, what's your perspective on that?
Well, business is business. I agree with him. So on the ice, there is no friends, and we will compete against each other.
Is it pretty cool to have as many Russian players in this series though that we have on both sides?
Well, I didn't think about it, honestly, but I think it's a cool thing. Yeah.
Does any part of you really want to beat TJ Oshie because we see that replay of the Olympics over and over and over again?
Yeah, well, it's all for people. I try to block those things and don't think about them. So I just try to stay loose and do my things.
You didn't.
How much are you relishing the opportunity to be back on this stage?
Yeah, it is great. So it is the playoffs. It's only 16 best teams left, and it's fun.
Is it the kind of thing where you feel like, okay, playoffs mean elevate the game, everybody has to elevate their game? Does that qualify for you also?
Well, I think I have to do the same stuff. I have to stop the puck, so my job doesn't change, and I prepare myself and make sure that I'm ready to give a chance to win the game tomorrow.
When you played your first playoffs in Philadelphia, I don't know how much English you knew at the time to talk to teammates. How much have you progressed since then in terms of communicating, not only with us, but with teammates from your first playoffs, your first season?
Yeah, it's definitely so. It's my 8th season, so and English, it's part of the culture, it's part of the living here, so and it helps a lot.
Are you helping Artemi come along with any of that?
Time to time, yeah, but I try to force him to learn by himself.
What did you think of Artemi as a person? Did you know him much when he first came here?
No, I didn't know him a lot, so I played him a couple tournaments for the national team, but we get to know each other better here. So he's a nice guy. So it's nice to have your countryman in the team.
He was saying that when he first got here, that he felt like you were kind of like sizing him up a little bit, like trying to figure out what he was all about, and not really talking to him at first. Was that accurate? Where you were just kind of figuring out?
Well, I think that's normal. You can be open up right away with the people. So you go through some situation and get to know each other better and come closer.
Did you guys become pretty close friends?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We spend lots of time together, and the girlfriends are together. My wife and his girlfriend are pretty close too. So.
Why do you think you guys get along so well?
Because we're both Russian, so.
Does he make you laugh pretty much daily, or no?
Yeah, we have lots of jokes. So.
Bob Orlov was talking about how people back in your hometown were, making fun of you for the goal he scored on you last year. Was that a light moment during the off season? We could go back and did you catch grief for that at all?
Well, I try, as I said, so I try to don't think about those things, because in this kind of circumstances, the only he can win. Nobody sees that how many shots he did before and couldn't score. So that's the thing. As soon as he scored, they talk a lot. So.